Welcome everybody to Level Up Expo. Myself, Ringe, along with my man Proxy. You already know we've been holding it down, and we're holding down another top 8 of Guilty Gear Strive at Level Up Expo. How you doing, Proxy?
Dude, it's been amazing so far. A lot of great action. Kicking off the final day of the event here with our top 8 of Guilty Gear Strive, as you said, and it looks like players are about already ready. Take a look at our bracket before we get too far into it. Caliber facing off against the player who has gotten the most hardware of any player at this tournament, unsurprisingly. Mr. New York's very own GGST facing off against, on the other side, Frijoles, Guapo, and Kreeg. Kreeg I have not seen offline yet.
It's crazy. Kreeg's the one that actually put iDom, as you can see down there, into the loser's bracket in the first place. So bringing it in this offline event. Of course, we got Edgelord 44, as well as SonAceKeem, and Sloth and iDom to round out the top 8.
Any day of the week.
Yeah, like legitimately, you just put a game that Chris has never played before in front of him, and he's most likely going to beat the other person that's never played before, right? Like, that's just how on a level his fundamentals are. So it is going to be about matchup knowledge. Is a Caliber going to be able to sneak in some checks here with the Kai, kind of catch Chris off guard. Obviously, Chris is going to be trying to play this long game, not let him get into that range, but you can see Wild Assault is a great way to force yourself into that range where you want to be. Spend all his burst meter on it, but we're still picking it up.
Absolutely, got the OTG burst timing, ends up okay. Cherry Bomb and gets out of the corner, so now trying to reposition just a bit with both bursts off the table. But that RC for Caliber going to be a big deal here.
Yes, indeed. Immediately slowing Chris down as he descends is a great way to, again, lock him down. That's been Caliber's name in the game so far. Make sure Chris is locked down and try to cut the screen off, but Chris got some breathing room again. Until then,
yeah, JS working beautifully. Close slash afterwards as well. The flip kick does manage to steal the turn, but the 2K from Max a little too strong in the moment.
I like the idea from Chris, right? Kind of trying to bait a back throw right there. You would think that he would try to back throw him into the corner to get that real estate for Max. So the Caliber didn't fall for it. He was blocking on the throw bait attempt. Throw anyways. Chris finally finds himself with a lead. Charge tornado.
Oh, walks forward, and I don't even know if he meant to bait the throw as hard as he did there.
Yeah, legitimately, just kind of sneaking in. Injured his way in right there.
Jump back to the JS though, my beloved. Use that Wild Assault again, and that is the worst possible starter to get clipped by half of your life in a hurry.
Deleted, my goodness, Chris. My God, chop up this round, bro. But of course, damage is Strive. Could turn things around. Just actually going to take the knockdown off that. Knew he was a little bit too far from the conversion. Probably wanted red RC for the pop-up and didn't get it.
Yeah, definitely looking like it. Flip kick actually beats out the 2K, because normally the 2K master is pretty good. You know, you can go underground, low profile, a lot of weird stuff, as well as just good frame data on the normal.
100%. The Boudre with the low crush property like that, though, able to counter. I love seeing that in fighting games, honestly. Anytime, like, you call out a low press back with something that dodges it, lead with the punish. Now, Caliber is finally coming to the corner again, right? That's why GGST immediately going to burst out. Tired of being in this position. No, that's how Caliber got the dub last time.
Oh, I like that we're leaning in the heavy stun just a little bit, just enough to let him know on notice.
Try sneaking again. You can see Caliber putting out that 5K as well to impede any movement from Chris.
Oh, that little delay. I love the little run stop.
Yeah, it's super great patience, honestly, from Caliber. Lots of, as you can see, just run stops, dash blocks. And now he's gotten Chris into the corner again without sacrificing too much life until now. The far S does strike true. And Chris is going to get an opportunity. Oh, big deflect show. Get away from me.
And just enough room to be able to dash a little bit. Get out of this corner if you can. Tries to go for the jump in, but unfortunately it's just low enough to where the 5P hits.
And GGST, man, time is on my side. 100% able to take the first game like that. You can see just how patient of a player GGST is, right? Especially at this stage of fighting games. He's always been one to make you come to him, but it feels like he's just really matured into making that his all-around style no matter what game it is.
No, definitely agreed. As I say, you can see it in the playstyle of all the different characters that he picks across the board here. But with stun applied, okay, the far slash continues to be the choice, and CQC is winning all of these mid-range battles.
All these situations, right? We're going to see if Caliber, it was ever since he got in that low button crushed by the Boudre arc, right? He's like, I'm going to go for the far S, something that would hit that if that option comes out. And it's been hitting a lot of other choices for Caliber as well.
Jump away. Actually, no follow-up on the Renson there. Super smart after the Wild Assault. Doesn't hold the fireball. Good jump away and a nice trade as well. Life totals continue to dwindle.
Somehow, some way, Chris just keeps clipping him. The Caliber at the last moment you saw him. Caught flinching during the dash up from Chris. One round away from a 2-0 lead here, top 8.
And leaning on that wild assault, using all that burst resource to try and stay aggressive, try to stay sticky.
Yeah, you saw Chris. He was putting it out there again, just looking for the far as counter pokes. The guard, man, it has been cranked to hell and back at this point. Exclamation point, but look at that. Chris again, so patient, picking his buttons perfectly with the 5K. Oh, that's what we talked about before. Chris looked from that earlier, finds it now. Oh, he messed up the time stop combo though.
Yeah, unfortunately, just barely gets to the ground. Charges the dust, what a block!
The charge does, Chris. Feeling himself a lot right now.
They were on our stealthy stuff, I respect that.
I was gonna like make a point where I was like, animation's like similar to the tornado, but tornado's not like a low, so it's not like a mix. So I don't know what the charge was about. Nonetheless, just really trying to send a message. And now exclamation point here yet again. Chris will explode if he gets touched by Kai, but right now, Caliber can find his way in, and he will not yet again. ChrisG taking a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, doing a great job of just grinding out the meter. Had no FD to be able to save himself in those ending moments. Things continue to be tough here, but ChrisG continues to be just a bit tougher. Caliber, it's just not easy getting across the screen here. We continue to stop all these attempts at the instant air dashes.
You see Chris, yeah, just content, right, with like knocking you down, staying full screen, sneaking in, stuff like that. The wild assault is there. Now we got the tornado, the deflect shield faded out, knocked down as well. Chris didn't get something big off that. It ends up actually getting back throw.
Oh yeah, tough situation here. What a way to stand up. And gets the same block again, but this time gets caught reaching.
Back to back with the Foudre arc. The remix is a hit, even if the original wasn't. Oh, stuff the anti-air attempt. Tough for me to make out exactly what that was, but either way, Caliber knew what Chris was plotting on, went with something with a really downwards hitbox, stuffed it perfectly.
Okay, just regular ass up forward.
Yeah.
Fighting all of these hits, bro. We tried all the complex stuff. We tried to use all the geometry. No, up forward.
It's the fireball bell curve, right? How do I beat it? Jump forward and then the middle stage is something convoluted. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, you just gotta hit that up forward again.
Oh, meets on the air there, close slash. Plenty of meter to be able to use on this one. Love the attempt at the Sun Dipper and tries the low crush again, but the 2S finds the mark.
And Chris got a bit of a trade combo off that and then just reaching at the tippy toes of the 2K. Always so clean with the range. Oh no, excuse me. Purple RC did not actually slow Chris down. Tornado again, locking him in the corner. Probation officer.
Oh no, and the connection once again.
This time it's an anti-air and he caught him moving and no burst. He had it, but choosing not to do it, saving it for the next round.
Yeah, just about even on the resources here. Right away, tries to go for the dash up 6P. I like the attempt there, but unfortunately, she doesn't bite and continues to harass at this mid-range.
And there's the air-to-air, picks it up a little bit as well. Chris, though, smart with the defense. Oh, actually the micro walk out of the corner into the trade. Anti-air combo, ridiculous. But backdash throw gets Caliber back to where he wanted to be.
Oh, and finally that tap dust finds the home. Has to spend the burst there. It's going to be a full combo off the DP.
Oh yeah, didn't go with the anti-air version of the Renson.
A little scary, ends up working okay.
Yeah, Caliber's threading the needle, trying to make it in between these sides. You can see just barely play it outside that S range. And again, ducking the jabs. So good, but the guard has been cranked, and he finally finds his way in with the tip of the sword.
No, the combo rounding doesn't do the right stuff.
What a throw tech from Chris to stay alive there. That would have been it. He's got 100 tension to his name. Oh, the 5K still can't get the job done. Wild Assault is there. Spins 50 on the YRC. No reach from Caliber.
Ooh, JS. A little chunk of damage as well. Gotta be careful with these Rensons here.
An intense into this round here. And again, he gets the RC. Caliber, he can't get out of this, but he can't end his life either. Oh, sniped. Headshot with the scythe to end it. Once again, ChrisG able to close it out 3-0. And the unfortunate part for Caliber in my eyes there is that even if he takes that round, like that was so much mental and physical energy spent on just getting it to 2-1. That would have been tough, man.
And that is not only just the ChrisG experience, but the Axel experience as well. Playing against, well, we talk about this all the time, especially in gear, playing against players who have strong defensive fundamentals who can make you have to make offensive choices again and again and can reset your pressure and reset you back to mid-screen. That uses up a lot. You gotta have good gas mileage in this game, bro.
100%, right? He really tests your stamina when it comes to playing against ChrisG. Like, he's just gonna sit there at the other side of the screen, and he's never really gonna be like, okay, I got a hit, let me go do Oki. He's like, nah, I'm gonna make you get in again. Like,
exactly.
And it's just so frustrating, right? When he's so good at Axel as a character, as well as you mentioned, fits perfectly with that type of play style. So, I mean, match made in heaven. That's why you see NYChrisG in winners finals of yet another tournament here at Level Up Expo. But now we got to see who's going to face them in winners finals. We got our next match. It's going to be Frijoles Guapo versus Kreeg.
Oh, man. This is actually, I think, my first time seeing Kreeg play offline. They are an extremely strong Happy Chaos player and have had very good results online for the entire life of Guilty Gear Strive. Frijoles Guapo, I know I've seen this player play, but I'm not 100% certain who it is.
I was going to say, I've definitely seen the name come across different tournaments and whatnot. Frijoles Guapo. Trying to remember, like, just the name, the vibe I'm getting is Gold Lewis. Like, you know, when I reach out into the ether, I'm like, if your name is Frijoles Guapo, the handsome beans, you're definitely going to be playing something, a Gold Lewis. I don't know why, but that's just how I feel. Kreeg, as you mentioned, they're going to be rocking the Happy Chaos. That'll be an explosive match if that's the one we get. But, of course, we're going to be waiting in anticipation for Frijoles Guapo's character. So we know Kreeg going to be locking in that Happy Chaos character that's still a menace. Oh, whoa. What was it? What was it?
Well, we're hovering Johnny right now.
Oh, it was the Johnny? Okay.
Which I'd also be totally fine with. You know, character obviously very strong on the patch. So yeah, that is going to be the choice. So Johnny versus Happy Chaos here. So we'll see if the our cool pirate can handle the gun.
Indeed. He's bringing a knife to a gunfight, essentially. But, you know, with his skills, I think he might be okay.
Yeah, Misfinder kind of like a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Close enough.
He can make that thing go like a gun, that's for sure.
All right, let's see it, though. First match, I already saw the fist bump, so I believe we're going to go straight in, and it looks like we are, absolutely.
Immediately engages Kreeg on the whip. Now again, just keeping locked down here, but Kreeg, that descending gunshot towards the end. Frijoles trying to do something about that descension.
Sweep, broken through, curses applied, good backdashes again and again. Still to avoid all the misfinders, but with no bullets left in the chamber, there's a really bad look now.
Yeah, it's that Super 6 space that they're like playing footsies at, right? It's so far away because of these characters' options, but both having massive respect for the others' options in that range.
Oh, throw goes a bit wide. What a jump. Gets a little bit of a reload too.
Yeah, that jump pass always one of the great buttons when it comes to avoiding throws. A very easy punish into a full combo. Kreeg striking first.
Off the start, 99. Both of them playing pretty respectful there, and then the 2S stop time for Kreeg working out very well. Deflect shield does end up coming out to play, but unfortunately it doesn't put you far enough away.
I'm telling you, there's been not much ruthless aggression in this set. Like, there's definitely been a lot of calculation, a lot of respect being shown at ranges. Obviously, when you're locked down in the corner, though, just gonna keep cranking that guard bar to the end. Yeah, even with that starter, which wouldn't normally be that much damage, still a nice chunk given the guard crank. And now we got the Ex Machina for the reload and the wall break, putting Johnny on life support.
Now situation might come up, finally going to see the roll. No, it's going to be the YRC, but a back throw will send it out of the way. A perfect for Kreeg in game one, already to the wayside before the wall break. Yeah. The no focus combo and pressure there was so impressive for Kreeg.
Yeah, that's a great point, right? The fact that they weren't spending a lot of resources on it, the focus meter was just building back up during all that wall, cranking your opponent's guard bar. That's a fantastic point.
Boy, first looks back in the corner though. No rest for the wicked here. Use that FD, try to buy some room. Gets the instant air dash and back to mid-screen at least.
And again, the guard break a little bit with the cards. The block at the end right there. You can see Kreeg is very aware of the spacing that Johnny is so powerful at, but nonetheless, can only block for so long. And Frijoles Guapo striking back here in game two. Just needs a snipe with the 2S to do the job.
Yeah, sweep of the legs definitely working out well. Answering back as quick as you need to here. Love that little step back and then baits out the gunshot because of the distance. He's able to close space.
So clean, man. I really love the space that both of these players are playing at. And now we into Kona again. And as you mentioned, right, Kreeg having no focus available, and then the RC with the headbutt to cover the jump out of the throw has made sure all that anti-focus time paid off.
Gotta feel full reload before, but it's not gonna matter here with the pressure going on. Wild Assault still had the RC.
Oh Goodness, man. Keeping the corner instead as well. YRC buys some breathing room finally, and Kreeg tried to backdash and press a button. Frijoles, or excuse me, Frijoles tried to backdash and press a button. Kreeg covering it perfectly.
Once again, with the focus mismanaged here, there's a big opportunity for our handsome Bean, the wall break with Nsenga.
And yeah, what a strike bag in game 2. That round was looking a little bit scary, but again, as you talked about, right, that focus, it gets put off the table, and Frijoles is going to attack immediately, smell that blood in the water. Tied up the set just like that. So now we're going to see if Kreeg, a bit more mindful about the focus going forward. It looked like for a second they might have been thinking about a whole different character entirely.
Yeah, potentially. I feel like really the big thing is just use that Brain Blast a little bit. I feel like we're finding a lot of opportunities where we're, we're in block strings and we have that meter to potentially just go for the cancel and refill that focus. It always hurts to spend meter in a way like that just to correct an error of your own, but that's what it's there for.
Yeah, precisely. And again, the link with the gunshots immediately from Guapo.
Damn, the sucker punch though, too strong.
The sucker punch, it's been connecting a lot. And Frijoles, he tries to maneuver in these spaces, right, where he's like, I'm not back to actually be just outside the range. But the forward momentum on that button from Kreeg is ridiculous. Oh, safe jump city, no super here. Don't shoot the J, pass it on down.
There it is, Deus Ex one more time. Still gonna be alive here, even cutting through the guts with the multi-hit. This is gonna be a rough mix-up though.
Oh yeah, the second, or excuse me, the third overhead really ended up being the one that connected, but no conversion there nonetheless. Frijoles still just a dust away from death. That's what we see.
Kreeg is saving the roll for a rainy day.
For real.
That later in this set, we're gonna hit a dastardly one.
It's gonna be just like the end or whatnot, like the end match potentially. We're gonna see it right now, obviously. Both players are gonna be playing another game because of the 1-1 time. Through the wall we go.
Joker's trick, damage adding up. Right away, we go for the instant air dash in, gets the connection, and what a way to convert your combo. Very smart to even up the rounds again.
Yeah, great recognition. Frijoles right there after the backdash clip. No pressure up, letting the bullets ring out. Dust with the bullet connection, gets the wall splat. You already know we gotta reload the clips and get on bus train guard.
Terrible situation coming up, but we do have that burst. Use it soon, backdash was caught and you had to burst.
Yeah, exactly. Like, actually backdash the bullet and then the 2K still clipped him afterwards. That was a tough break for Guapo. Oh, and again, look at this piling on the pressure here. And again, getting to that 50% tension, baits out the burst with it. That was huge, and Guapo, he wants to keep this corner, but Kreeg pokes back perfectly. Gonna be able to combo into the Ex Machina, and that's all they wrote for game 3.
Execution error on the jump in, set the card, laid the trap perfectly, but unfortunately didn't execute anything on the jump forward to actually activate the card. You hate to see it, but I guess from Kreeg's perspective, you love it, man. Game 4, we're in there.
Exactly, Kreeg can be more than happy with the way that played out. Now get off the head again here, send the card out. Just try to get to that space, right? You saw Creature sneak forward a little bit, get out of the hitbox range, but nonetheless, Frijoles clean.
Good fight find on the crosshair. Things getting a little bit messy here. Pulls the gun, has an RC still.
Doing good, the dust is blocked that time, but you still have to take this pressure afterwards. Out of bullets, but finds the hit just when they needed to. Let the clips out again. I don't even think we need the reload because I think Johnny's straight dead, bruh.
Absolutely, just because.
Just because.
Back to it though. This could be the final round here of the winner's bracket.
Right there with the 2S. Oh, and then Kreeg trying to wake up with something getting completely demolished.
Oh, but the dash over lets it rock. Things working out beautiful here. Pulls the gun and continues the pressure, but only one bullet left.
Beautiful notification of that deflect shield with the dash of pressure. Even loaded a bullet before that air throw attempt, but what a tech and pickup now from Guapo. Empty to try to get some pressure back, or some space back, but the pressure won't stop. Frijoles not going quietly into the night.
Opportunity for a game 5 here. Again, it's been very tempered at round start for both players, as you said. They've been extremely reserved here. I want to see somebody be a little more aggressive on this, take advantage. But Kreeg, attempt to finally.
Look at this is literally the set-deciding round, potentially, when we finally see the role mix-up. But Frijoles is going to get back throw themselves. And now again, the wall to solve pressure. PRC to just fade away. It's about counter pokes from long distance. And they get so many misfinders.
But misspaced on that one. Easy punish. Gets the connection!
For real, the timing on that back dash still ended up getting clipped by the close S. Now we got to deal with all this pressure. Stomps him out, and the ground bounces there. Kreeg closes out the set to take their spot in winners finals.
Yeah, Pogo comes through perfectly. Full control. And again, doing a great job in the later stages of that one of kind of shoring up the, we had a couple instances of mismanagement of resources a little bit earlier into the set, but even in those instances was still able to maintain pressure, but obviously better when it doesn't happen.
Yes, indeed, yeah, man. What I just was really impressed with Kreeg's like gun coverage, shot coverage.
Yeah.
So many times where they were leaving gaps or anything like that, there were actually no gap, right? Like the gun coverage was so good. I like the way they manipulated their air trajectory with it as well, constantly kind of baiting out anti-airs. Just classic Happy Chaos play. But I thought they were just super clean with it and recognized a lot of moments where, indeed, that's what the opponent would go for.
You pointed that out very early into the set, too. There was a situation where we maybe it was an accidental double jump or maybe it was planned, and just 3 gunshots on the way down to be able to cover yourself.
Like, it was definitely, we saw moments where the resources were empty because of that, right? The liberation of the gunshots or how they were willing to use it a lot, like the gunshots and the focus, both of those times. But a lot of times they were able to make up for that, really cover themselves, whether it would be with the block strings or just in general with their great neutral play. We saw a lot of that far S come in and the 6S as well, so definitely that 6S. But now, another player that's been doing great in a bunch of tournaments this weekend, iDom, taking the stage for some Guilty Gear Strive, going up against Sloth.
Absolutely, and iDom, for anybody that does not know, has been playing the game since release, has switched up characters a little bit here and there, but it is absolutely going to be the Testament top to bottom today.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love seeing some Testament play in the building.
Testament stocks are on the rise, too. Shoutouts to Simfukai, Fubuki. There have been a lot of Testaments that have been going nutty online recently, so this character, I feel like people are starting to wake up to the strength a little bit.
That's what we like to hear, man. That's definitely what we like to hear. It's a character I've been a fan of since their introduction into the game, honestly.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's taking some time for not only players to figure them out, but also for them to get some love on the developer side of things, right?
For sure.
So it's definitely cool to see Testament now doing some more work, being a menace out here as they deserve to be. And on the other end, Sloth also looking to rear up and put themselves into the losers quarterfinals, because we are the losers bracket now. So no more second chances, no more safety nets. It's either win or go home.
Yeah, locked in on the Chipp. So we'll see if he's able to close the distance here. But it looks like, maybe going to have a button check before we get into it here. It looks like iDom was inspecting his controller a little bit, but no. Let it rock. Here we go.
Yeah, Sloth on the side with it. Chipp Zanuff, obviously already trying to set the rope out and didn't even get a chance to. iDom and Testament, one of those characters who's going to have a lot of opportunities to shut that down. Yeah. The full screen game is not going to be anything that you can just liberally do.
As well as the 6-feet from Testament, obviously, is a massive normal. It's more just the threat of the rope for movement like that is where you want to see it for sure.
Exactly. And now doing a great job kind of avoiding the pixie, avoiding getting the stain on. But now, just not say that, did get clipped, but the dash bar is always going to be one of the primary tools in Chipp's arsenal. What a throw tech from iDom. Nonetheless, though, the pressure, it never ends.
And sticking with the wall slump here, I definitely really like the idea there. Why return to neutral with Testament? Give them back a chunk of the bar, but no!
Yeah, I can't believe they lived. I definitely thought, I was like, wow, so well calculated, that's going to kill. And iDom now is going to get their chance to kill. Oh my goodness, and that's exactly what's going to happen. What a heartbreaking round for Sloth. Oh, wait! All right, my bad. It's just calculations are mishandled. 100 tension was there, but not being aware of the beast. That's a program you want to respect, .exe.
Yeah, the Arbiter sign, hate to see it. Dashes past the Arbiter sign this time. That's something you have to be careful about against Chipp. His movement speed is too high. If he's already committed to a dash, he will just hold the macro and run up on you.
Precisely. Man, the ninja lifestyle, mixing her every which way. And now Sloth gonna go get the wall break.
Scary, yup, empty into the throw.
Beautiful stuff, and then the bonsai overhead, my goodness. Sloth playing like he got robbed of that last round, honestly. He's like, bruh, I'm getting mine back.
Oh, unfortunately, you get the get back. Not quite that easy here. Pressure's on as iDom with the jump in, applies the stay in state, and is able to get a little bit more pressure here, even on the reposition.
Yeah, indeed, just cranking that guard bar as well. Sloth, not too concerned with the back throw. That would have been a threat from iDom. Now getting the teleport and actually picked up off the state explosion. RC the first. iDom, every right decision at every right moment. There's going to be the wall break and the kill this time. My goodness, Chipp melted.
I know it's Chipp, but I wasn't expecting second hit of Fireball to do that damn much, but we're still in it here. Game one already off to the wayside now. Continues to do so well in these CQC situations. Amazing confirm with the Wild Assault. Insane applied once again.
Yeah, I really love that. Like the 5K check and getting that much off of something like that was ridiculous. Great combo routing from iDom. You see, even when he put out the 6P to cover the rope run, immediately it's PRCing after to cover himself, but doesn't matter. Sloth finds it anyway.
A little over half-life. Positive bonus can be racking up. Plenty of meter on the side of iDom. He dashes twice and finds the throw. I cannot believe that sequence goes this way.
Indeed, and once again, iDom taking another round on the board for himself.
Just closing the distance as Chipp has just not been easy, man. The normal's a little too good, even in situations like this. Now we have to find a way to make it stick. You cannot let them escape, but again, the 5K check like we're talking about.
Been so clean with it, honestly. iDom really done to shut down a lot of the ground game that Sloth has been looking for. Obviously, Chipp is a very potent ground game, but right now, and to deal with this wall break and the plus breaks from Testament again. Oh, the deflect shield gets some space back. At the very least, and the RC slows it down just enough. Find a hit, start the game, and you see a little hezzy right there? That was wild.
Oh, great spacing, finds a cross-up as well, continuing to build the momentum with the rope combo, finds the cross-up, but not enough.
Indeed, couldn't convert from that cross-up hit. Give iDom another opportunity to make it 2-0. Oh my goodness, the overhead never stopped, and neither did the combo. 2-0 from iDom.
Oh, dude, the succubus are just too good in the moment, continuing to build up, and I'm glad you pointed it out. That really is the difference maker here. Chipp, it feels like he's got good burst options in the air, but he has to be able to roam on the floor, and you just can't make that happen against not only Testament's suite of normals, but against iDom's fundamentals to be able to stop sign you.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I really think that's like one of Chipp's biggest strengths, right? It's like the run stop. When am I not going to run stop and go fully with the far S or the 5-8 or the 6P? He's got a lot of great buttons that have the dash momentum to follow, but iDom hasn't gotten caught by any of them.
Now with a pixel of life left, big decision to make, and unfortunately the trade does not go his way.
Even there, right, able to get the button out in time to trade with the far S that doesn't give Sloth the full reward, and in the instance where he didn't have health to work with, it gives iDom the win.
Command throw. Tries to go for the immediate overhead.
Gotten like one overhead. That was like the bonsai to end the round that Sloth won, but besides that, been all iDom all day.
Oh, it's looking like it might continue that way. Stay applied one more time, and the 2K check finds the mark. It's going to be a wall break and one more guess for Sloth.
Yeah, good luck, my man. Got his first available as well, and iDom doesn't have meter to RC it on reaction, but he don't need to get close, right? Just letting the beast do the heavy lifting and then staying afterwards for the pop and kill. iDom! Tremendous end.
Absolutely, and as you said, doing incredibly well across a multitude of games. I was watching him play. He's going to be a problem in Fatal Fury, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
He was playing the pre-show. It was kind of tough, but it's good to get to see him continue to do well in Strive.
Yeah, Fatal Fury, it's a bit more of a faster paced game than like a Street Fighter and stuff like that, right? And he's used to playing faster paced games. Like he plays Strive, he plays Marvel 3, he plays a bunch of games like that. So his processing speed, and even the way he plays Street Fighter a lot of the time, he's trying to force a faster paced type of match and for you to make quick decisions because he's really good at making quick decisions. He's usually better than his opponent. So yeah, I definitely think the pace of City of the Wolves is kind of up his alley. But nonetheless, here he's doing great in Strive as well. Going to be moving on to Losers Quarterfinals as we get our last match of Losers Round 1 Top 8.
Absolutely. Edgelord 44 and SonAceKeem coming up. And when I was doing research for this bracket, and I was checking out who played what, when I was looking up Edgelord, the match that I found for Edgelord that I was doing for research actually was against SonAceKeem. These two have definitely played before.
Wow.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is going to be player 1 Elphelt facing off against Nagoriyuki on the other side.
Okay, all right. So Edgelord 44 versus SonAceKeem. Wait, so wait, Edgelord's playing the Elphelt?
I think Edgelord's on the Elphelt.
What in the world, bro? How's your name, Edgelord 44? You got the Axel Low shirt on, and you're gonna be playing Elphelt. Elphelt is not an Edgelord, bro. Nagoriyuki is an Edgelord.
That's my boy.
That's an Edgelord for you right there. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe it will prove to be his weakness that he cannot face a fellow Edgelord on the likes of Elphelt, but I'm sure none of that will actually matter. Edgelord 44 versus SonAceKeem. I think we're gonna get a button check right now. Man, he still hasn't put the headphones on yet. Yeah, taking a look at the beautiful TampaNeverSleeps logos on the side.
Those things are so sick.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got a pair. I was so mad if I didn't. Sometimes we get stuff like that that's limited, and it's like, man, hook me up.
Yeah, right?
Make it happen for the one time. I never asked.
Yeah, I never asked, and I'm part of this Never Sleeps, bro. I'm out here.
Oh, man. Well, see, this is definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Nagoriyuki, for me, on this patch, is not the strongest he's ever been, but he's the most interesting he's ever been.
Okay.
I feel like
That's a cool way to look at it.
The way that his blood works, the way that they've kind of designed him, I feel like every single patch, regardless of where his strength has gone, they have made him feel more unique and more, I think, towards what they were originally attempting to design.
Yeah.
He feels like the finished product now, to me.
I feel you on that. That definitely, I think, I'm picking up what you're putting down, because now he gets like the most exposure he's ever, or most damage he's gotten off of blood explosion, right? Now in this patch. So because of that, I definitely think that's always been something that they really wanted to be a focal point of the character.
Yes.
That blood explosion, that blood meter. And he definitely feels like kind of now you have to play a little bit all in when it comes to something like that, but your reward for that all in is so high that I think it's definitely where they want it to be to encourage the player to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, this ain't a button check anymore, right?
That was the
I actually, like, I was like, we went over the button check, so that was a real burst? He actually just blew my brain.
I was not prepared for this 15 seconds of Guilty Gear. Got the throw, BSU, throw in response.
From commentate the rest of this match like Scott Steiner. Like, I'm barely going to be able to speak English. What kind of math calculations? You went to the University of Michigan, Edgelord? I don't think you did, bro. Nagoriyuki, SonAceKeem. Gonna take the first round off of that insane start.
Broken through with the 6H, love the idea. Gets the connection and takes it straight to the wall now. It's gonna be a shatter off the 6H.
I need Edgelord to calm down in 99 seconds. That wasn't even like a crazy, like, committed move, but I just need like a backdash after what we've seen. I just need round start backdash.
Oh, BSU for the second time, making a third. First comes back, but there's no way we're going to.
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, okay, wait a minute, Edgelord. It's a long way to go, bro, without getting clipped, but it's covering all the, I was gonna say all the typical points for the player to mash, but instant block, left point blank. SonAceKeem just continuing the light pressure to take home the dub. How has this even been a match?
That was good.
One whole match is in the books. I feel like it's 15 seconds have passed.
I love Guilty Gear.
Oh my, and then more blood-sucking university, bro.
Oh, back out though, tried to jump scare immediately with the Beyblade. Just blocking the first hit, gets the punish because of it.
Blocks it again, oh no. Again, trying to press a little bit too friskily. Man, Edgelord can open up the process, but I mean, I get why he be pressing, right? Because these BSUs have been coming in.
I was gonna say,
we're
playing it full-on grappler right now here for SonAceKeem.
Legitimately, bro. He's like, you know, we talked about the blood poppage. That's a great way to make sure you don't ever pop your blood. So just keep landing command grabs. Oh, right now, though, the spacing on that SonAceKeem, he does not look comfortable in terms of a win and what to press.
Yeah, plenty of meter on the other side now, too. Careful here, the Elphelt is going to spend something eventually. Finally sends the Pineberry.
Pineberry rearing its head. That was so tight. Like, she went above the sword, the Pineberry went below the sword. That actually looked so cool.
The cinematic sequence
coming
through in a strong way.
Oh my goodness, just slapping him down with the Shizu, the second hit. Speaking of Shizu now, just the first hit necessary for the anti-air. Ridiculous play from SonAceKeem.
Wuski about the 2-8s, but there's the throw instead. The round start reset 2-8 attempt is crazy.
Yeah. Like, definitely, edgelord's got some interesting ideas at round start and, like, stage transition. Unorthodox choices, but I like it. Oh, my goodness, just blowing through it with the clone.
Listen, that second Nagoriyuki, that's the best fireball in the game.
Yeah, 100% it is. Most expensive, but it is the best, easily.
Oh, attempt to check on the low. Love the mash with the jab. 2S finds the mark. PRC twice in place.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and the YRC baited out. SonAceKeem. We're going to run away with this match here. 1 round away from doing so. By the pressure, but immediate burst. SonAceKeem. He smells blood in the water. He knows the victory is imminent. Wanted to just will his way in, but edgelord doing a great job covering his bases. Pineberry pressure with the low, but nothing to follow once he got the hit.
Oh, RC into the second 6-8 throw finally comes through.
Hate this song.
Meter, gotta be careful. RC's forward. Yeah, absolutely. The YRC's a great choice.
Yep. Oh, deflect shield. Oh my goodness, the Beyblade actually went under. Again, these two choreographing their fight.
It's a little too far.
And that was a great button press right there to keep Nagoriyuki from escaping through the air, though. And in the Pineberry cross up to end it. Very nice.
Yeah, one of my favorite setups there. You do fire the rifle just because the projectile coming from behind them does push them out of the corner for the cross up there, but not going to matter with the corner situation now. Nagoriyuki says, I don't need cross ups.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. He's got a command grab. That's all we need to see in terms of mix-up right now from SonAceKeem. But here, my goodness, edgelord is not letting him breathe this match. Finally, though, gonna get our way out. Good job not putting your hand in the blender. But look at that. SonAceKeem's so good at recognizing when he's got edgelord conditioned to block. Oh, and when he doesn't, tried the YRC. It was a little bit late, so it was the BRC come out and the 5K too active to do anything about.
Yeah, I mean, that is a normal that has been, it's been addressed in patches at points, but it's always been pretty dominant.
Yeah, exactly, right? Even with its, normalizations a little bit, that button has still become, or still has remained one of the best lights in the game, bar none. So amazing stuff right there. Going at it for SonAceKeem. There was a couple of real bright spots, though, from edgelord, like really running that Elphelt offense. I was going to say Nagoriyuki. But yeah, really running that Elphelt offense to perfection.
No, definitely agreed. Very aggressive with the burst, very aggressive with the timings. And 99 seconds continued to be, make some some choices that were ended up working out. Honestly, overall, I'm just excited to get to see Elphelt, the character that we definitely a road less traveled in the modern metagame. So always a pleasure to get to see, the bride to be get to show
I like
a little bit.
The road less traveled. I like that a lot. Put it in into perspective, the underplayed characters, underrepresented characters. That's a good one. But yeah, man, Elphelt, and there's so many interesting ones like that, right? We've got some good variety here in top 8 so far, getting to see the Elphelt, getting to see the Testament from iDom as well. So it's been dope. It hasn't just been the usual Strive characters running the show, even though we've gotten some sprinkles of that, of course, as well. Next up, I believe, is going to be our losers quarters match. As you see the 2 participants sit down here. We got iDom versus Caliber. And iDom's right. What is that shirt? That's the Rocksmith shirt, right?
It is.
Yeah, right. That's right. So I was like, I know it's not Rock Band or Guitar Hero. I was like, which is the one he plays? Is the Rocksmith.
Bro, and he stays on his grind. I would say that half of the time when I catch his streams, because I usually catch him late, because I'm up late.
Oh, yeah.
I catch him late. Dude is just grinding. He's not playing fighting games, bro. Bro's on the base. Like, straight up. He's practicing a different type of execution, man.
That's sick, man. It's funny because, it is a skill that still translates to fighting games, you know what I mean? That is a lot of finger dexterity and a lot of things that he's going to be doing in fighting games. I haven't talked to him about it personally, but I have to imagine that I know his execution was good before, but there's got to be things that have gotten easier after picking up guitar, you know what I mean? Even if it's bass, you know what I'm saying, the modern version.
Yeah, but
according to Brian F.
Even that, honestly, I feel like music is also just a really common carryover for fighting gamers as a second hobby. It's one of those ones.
Yeah.
A lot of people invested.
We've seen it a bunch, right? Like, shouts to Keto Base. That's another Guilty Gear player, another anime player that's done incredible things with guitar. We've seen players make guitars into arcade sticks.
Actually,
yeah, like legitimately. We have some amazing, talented musicians in the scene, right? Fierce is an amazing hip-hop producer. Knowledge is an amazing Grammy-winning hip-hop producer. Yeah, there's just a lot of crossover between music and fighting games. It's super sick.
So settles us in, though, into our next matchup here. Kai versus Testament. On to the matchup now, and straight away, try to play it a little more defensive. Got to be careful. Kai can kind of pepper in the fireball game a little bit, but you do not want to get comfortable in this like long-range type of deal against Testament.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like, as Kai, you're going to want to get into that range where you can start pressing your far S, the 5H, the 6H, even the Foudre arc, threaten with that a little bit. This is a great spot to be. That's why you see even the Wild Assault, as he gets pushed out a little bit, not letting iDom FD him away, right? Now he cancels it as a stun dipper once he got away from that. Very, very smart play from Caliber so far.
Instant unfortunately applied, ends up blocking into the fireball here.
More pressure, but right there, iDom, it looked like his sequence got messed up a little bit or just waited for Caliber to do something that never came, resulting in a scramble, and Caliber come out on top of it.
Yeah, waits at a really safe distance with the 5S there. But extremely reserved on the mix-up game here, but I definitely like the look of it so far.
Yeah, really delayed air dash there, try to sneak in as iDom didn't expect it. We got a burst out. Got back at you, brother. Caliber wants this corner. Doesn't want to give iDom that opportunity.
Oh, TK Fireball also a good choice on that one. Unfortunately, gets hit by the Arbiter Sign twice in a row.
That was a sick sequence from iDom right there. Able to actually do a lot of damage and then getting the stage pop again on the teleport jab anti-air. Oh, man, yeah, the way he navigates around the screen, the way he can put different things on it, iDom, really you can see him honing in on the Testament well.
Knockdown is big, shock state applied. Gets the back throw though, iDom, especially because you have that PRC available. Way to match the throw, extremely smart.
Out of 6 feet, tried for the anti-air, but a little bit too far away. Open the door for Caliber to get this pressure going here. iDom, man, low profiling the sword norm. Look at the 2K. Switching it up for the throw pressure now as well. Gets Caliber towards the corner. He backdashed and it would end up landing into the projectile. iDom then baiting out the vapor thrust. And man, just looking clinical right now. Put the Mowers in. Deflect shield of 2K.
Not what I was expecting. YRC actually gets the breakthrough. Huge opportunity now.
Under attention. That's why he tried to bait something out right there, right? With the jump cancel on that normal. Looking for a YRC from iDom, but he didn't give it to him.
First and 100 meter. Of course, we've got to take a bite out of crime. I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say, just because iDom didn't do it on the first fade, you had to imagine that he's definitely going to be willing to risk it now. And Caliber tried to continue to apply the pressure. Thought iDom would holster it for a bit longer. Lets it rip to victory. Now iDom up 1-0. Wild Assault, though, we're already back in this corner. Vapor Thrust juggles, tries to bait out a burst there as well. Been trying to hard bait some of these options from iDom, and iDom has done a great job not being linear, not being predictable about where he uses these.
That's the nice thing about a sequence like that as Kai, though, is you pretty naturally bait it and go into another sequence of reset here. But unfortunately now, back to the mid-screen, but it doesn't matter, the Scum Dipper.
Yeah, legitimate, bro. Oh my goodness, the Foudre arc clipping at the very end, allowing the lightning to combo afterwards. That was sick. Oh, the top 4 6P stain pop conversion. Todd paying for it dearly here. He's got his burst on the other side here. Oh no, but so many of the Bs, they just become a low. Is it going to be low or high, brother?
Yeah, it sneaks in and is able to handle it there. Caliber was trying really hard to bait that teleport. It's been doing a ton of TK Fireball in those moments and was just neutral jumping at that time, but unfortunately wasn't ready for the reaction here. But this time we're ready for the confirms. Damage is added up, and the positive bonus is going to be able to rack up some of this burst.
Oh, and that BRC still, it actually didn't apply the slowdown in Testament, but iDom got the button out before the slowdown was there, so it remained active.
Ooh!
My goodness, snuck in. I thought it was going to be danger for iDom, but he sneaks in the throw instead.
Zanuff still sitting on 100 attention. The meter full on all regards for iDom here. Goes for the cross up.
That was a great block, honestly. Like the dash and undercharge does on the other side. It makes the burst. Caliber with some clutch moments to end that one.
Round apiece, iDom. This one round could be a massive difference maker here. Going up 2-0 could be the difference maker. Had the right idea, but unfortunately didn't go quite far enough. And now the counter hit. But again, Caliber no confirm on the 2K2D.
Yeah, man. Let an opportunity pass him by like that against the opponent and Caliber of iDom. No pun intended. It's not going to be a good look. Oh, and yet again here, the stain explosion after the long poke from the side. Oh, yet again here, Caliber finds himself on life support. iDom pulls the plug once again with a low beast.
Yeah, needing 3 in a row now for Caliber. This is a terrible situation to be in, but we're going to head back to the character select. A little bit of a thought on it, maybe switch the stage, switch the music. Not expecting a character swap at the minimum.
Yeah, 100%. I think right now just taking some time, collect himself, think about the match, try to break up the momentum of iDom as well. Just do something, right? Something to try to change up the way everything's been going.
I feel like we got to go back to how we were throwing fireballs before. I felt like we were throwing the perfect amount in the earlier portions of the set. Peppering in the TK, using the heavy one occasionally. We were doing a great job of getting iDom comfortable at the long range and then finding these aggressive dashes in.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Caliber's gotten a bit frustrated, right? And trying to force his way in. Mainly play like a CQC, just trying to get big hits rather than like a long-term game plan for iDom. And because of that, iDom, we talked about it in his opening match, right? He's so good at putting a wall up and stuffing your approach that we just haven't seen Caliber able to get in since he's really tried this all-out aggression.
Yeah, it feels like it's just been combo after combo, loop after loop, mix-up after mix-up for iDom here. And it could be the finale for Caliber if we can't make a big decision here.
Yeah, it's looking like that. Honestly, the 6P is there as well. Fireball, he tried to charge it up for too long, so you just get beast. Vapor Thrust finally grants some relief, but I don't know for how long. Again, low profiling a lot of the short normals too. iDom has been so good recognizing once he's in range of that to go with the crouch buttons. Oh, air to air. Oh, actually still juggled off that. That was wild. But speaking of juggles, iDom got them all.
Speaking of wild as well, teleports in to set up for the, oh my God, it's disgusting. The late fireball lands and secures the throw. What a sequence to close for iDom.
Yeah. iDom sequencing, like with the Testament, we saw a few moments where it was just like, okay, you've really explored this character to the fullest extent. Really loving some of the projectile sets we saw for real screen. Even there, right, like the fireball landing just outside the range, allowing him to teleport in, get the command grab, or just the regular grab, excuse me. That was, man, yeah, he's really gotten the knack for the character down now.
Definitely has. Good to see iDom continuing to be successful here and moving on. Shout out to Caliber though, obviously good placement here, level of EXPO. Big prize bonus across the board, across all these games. The smallest pot bonus at this tournament was $1,000. Wow. That was the smallest amount injected into these. So massive prize pools across the board here. Guilty Gear Strive, obviously a part of that same club. Over $1,000 in the prize pool just on Level Up's dime alone.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the pot bonus. So yeah, big ups to Level Up EXPO, putting on a plethora of fighting game tournaments here, of course, as we get to our next match in our top 8. It's going to be losers quarters with Frijoles Guapo versus SonAceKeem.
SonAceKeem. SonAceKeem, I like the way this guy plays. Yeah. I like the cut. It's looking good. Going for the BSU in all the right places. A very aggressive style. This is about what I'm looking for when I want to see Nagoriyuki. Maybe a little too aggressive when it comes to the grappler aspect, but you know, maybe that's just my own flavor on it.
But it did work for him in the first game, right? So of course, I like the cut of his jib as well, and we're gonna see if he continues to do so with the frequency of the command grabs for game 2. And now this is gonna be a true samurai meet me as the sun comes up on the beach showdown. As remember, Frijoles Guapo is playing the Johnny last time we checked. We're gonna see right now he's hovering over the Faust. But this should be Nagoriyuki versus Johnny, from what I understand. But it's looking like instead of a katana. He's bringing a scalpel?
The good doctor?
Word?
There is some niche to this matchup. If you are Nagoriyuki and you get caught at 2 blood and you are at stretched full screen, you have no possible answer to Faust item. He gets to just roll the dice as aggressively as he wants to. So there are some weird situations that come up where Faust, if he gets 1 good item, he gets to pull like 3 or 4 more consistently, depending on where blood's at.
Yeah, man. Okay, so that's going to be something. And we talked about the aggression on SonAceKeem, right? He hasn't been afraid to really get to that high blood. He's just been so good at landing the command grabs before he pops. So that's a thing that we're going to have to worry about. If somehow, some way, Frijoles Guapo able to get him the full screen once the blood is there, it's going to be tough to ever get in again. But SonAceKeem obviously going to be plotting on keeping his blood low with those BSUs. And we'll see if Frijoles kind of learned that from the previous match, and we'll see how much he's holding up, if at all.
They cannot change society.
A lot of questions to be answered here, as well as, again, as we said, we've already seen the Johnny. We haven't quite seen the doctor yet. We'll have to see if it's up to snuff on this one.
Yeah, indeed, man. It's going to be interesting to see the Faust. And both of these characters have big range options too, so I'm interested in seeing the 99-second gambit. That's right.
Never.
Man, just like House. I've been watching too much House.
You did?
I've been watching way too much House.
You got the cane and everything.
Yeah, it's legit.
Let's get it started, though. Straight away, Beyblade gets the burst out.
Man, the wild assault. Everybody spinning burst meter, but the bomb and the beautiful dash under to take the corner. Frijoles, the awareness already looking strong. And that's got to be for a Faust player.
Oi, send it back full screen here, and this is what I'm talking about now. Item time.
He's like, sit your ass there, deal with these items, bro. I'll even send out a donut and some bananas for you to help.
Honestly, the bag hitting him actually helped him and sent him back full screen again.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, Meteors, mini Faust is there as well. What a block on that. Oh my goodness, and that's why, right? High on blood, Beyblade, one of those into the Shizu as well is gonna get you to pop real quick. That's what we talked about, man. SonAceKeem has been very liberal with the blood meter, but you get pushed back like that, it's not gonna be an easy time.
Damage really starting to add up. Straight on it with the dash, ends up getting bursted back to full screen here. Bit of potassium for himself. Clone luckily does not slip on the banana field.
Yeah, but now we got the Meteors. Oh, and he's willing to spin the Beyblade again. It's gonna be close on if he pops or not, and he will. Guard break here. Oh, I like that. Just command grab punish, undo the dreads.
Yeah, command grab definitely the best way to go on this one because of the full sequence, and now the potential for the mix-up here.
Oh, YRC grants him one more chance. He's spinning it all again. He gets the one in into the pop, and he did actually have to block it. So it is there for Frijoles. Frijoles sneaking in the look over. He's like, bro, you really did that? What is this? The true samurai hat? I'm weak, bro.
Bro's activated now. I respect this. Now we're in it for real.
Oh, man, he got so close, too. Like, the second hit of Shizu actually connected, but it just did a little less damage than he needed, or else it would have been over.
Oh, nice use of the throw there, calls the bluff.
Oh, my God. Just got sniped with a Beyblade like that.
Okay, hammer is stored. Still got a good item behind it. Mini Faust, here he comes.
Activated it as well. Jumped. Oh, I love that. Went into the air with him as he lands. Makes him block the dust overhead. But a 5H counter hit going to spell the end for Faust.
Rounds go to the wayside quick. Finds the sweep. Knockdown is good. Good timing on the golf club as well to be able to send over the afro, but unfortunately it doesn't work out.
Oh, talking about the hammers. What a kid, bro. He's just looking to snipe with these Beyblades.
Dude, I'm just waiting for it. I was going to say, you already know what's going to happen. Just get the jump poke with nothing else.
Yeah, that was clean. I like that option. Especially 2H would have been a big commitment, and Faust wasn't going to be at the angle where 2H was connected.
Oh, what a block on the low. Crazy defense. And gets the trade.
Wow, huge chunk just shaved off Faust's life. Oh, the water slide just gets thrown. And what a play from SonAceKeem again. Willing to risk it all. Hitting him with the second hit Shizu overhead, even high on blood.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
What's that count? Go for the step back here. Got to be careful about the 2-8. Beyblade, but unfortunately gets counter hit out of it. And then into a little bit of a reset with the command throw.
Both players not looking to surrender anything to the other. Burst getting flown out. Oh my goodness, bro. Just the dash buttons.
Too much! Gets the dive kick, finally finds a home.
Yes, indeed. And SonAceKeem. Oh, that hurts, Keem. 100 tension, not usable.
Slice it through. 5K has been the difference maker at round start, continuing to find the mark here. Afro applied once again.
Indeed, Dread's undone. Oh my goodness. Taps him on the top of the Afro as well with the drop kick. Oh, ate the meteor, spits it right out at him though. Oh my goodness, bro.
The sequence of items is so hard to deal with here. Sent back full screen, and now a little bit more to have to deal with.
And my Dota, and then bust out the 6. It didn't even clip because of how high it ended up hitting. That was so weird. ERCA super to open up and just forces the issue non-stop. Guapo off to the races in that game.
You gotta sit on the front of that chair so it's not touching the back. That's really, I feel like, the difference maker here. Because the hat's gotta be bouncing around while you play.
Yeah, definitely. Look, he's gotta keep adjusting. Yeah, okay. Lean forward a little bit. Get your gamer lean on, you know?
You got to.
Oh, and immediately spinning the burst right there, not willing to surrender the additional damage that Faust gets. But oh no, that could be a sign of frustration as the blood pop immediately follows.
And you hate to see it, but this actually could just be a round losing situation now. Full screen, stuck away. Tries to go for the jump scare there, but gets interrupted by the items on the ground.
Sets the bomb over there as well, so Faust didn't have to deal with it. Mini Faust as well, employee of the month. Low profile and punished it as well. Great recognition, quick recognition. No recognition there though. Mini Faust coming through to do the heavy lifting. Put Frijoles on set point.
Jumps and scoots on out of there too. Finds the jab, nothing else. Almost at 2 blood right now. Already got to be careful here. SonAceKeem has been a big issue for us, but there's the throw again. Wild Assault not going to go unanswered. Sure, that was defended against well, and then the tap dust RC follow-up. Keem is out here right now.
To be able to keep himself, yeah, from bursting. Oh, but no. Another quick undoing of the dreads.
Yeah, touch up.
Oh, he's the meteor as well. Oh, but he tried to wiggle out too quickly. I think he was a bit thirsty to get those meteors off. Gotta respect the range of the far S. Yeah, Suzy had saved it. 6P finally entering the 5K round start there. Love that. The knife edge chop working out beautifully. Ooh, I get the pickup off that. I was unaware. So much damage! Are you kidding me? Even Keem playing the Nagoriyuki had to reel back in his chair from killing off Guapo. All we had to do was sit forward a little bit. I like this. I cannot believe, bro. Hat secured, round secured, baby. Why? Why did that do that? Oh, man. Timing definitely good. Nice again with the 6P. My man, Fire Needle Faust. Oh, bubble bombs, double bombs. Oh, what a backdash there. Using the big body backdash to avoid the situation. Here comes the hammer. High-low game. Unfortunately, we're not ready for it here. Set point. Guapo settling back in a little bit. Wouldn't blame him for being a little shook after the way that last round ended. But looks like the composure has been regathered. Oh, wow, the Assault blowing through the attempt from Faust. And now again, the big damage comes through. Slices his soul in 2. Oh, but wait a minute. Yeah, big opportunity here, even with the positive one. Still rocking, finally goes to the mix cross-up. We haven't seen that yet. Indeed here, and now I love that following it with the item super. And he bounces there along with the Afro. Is the overhead gonna be there? Yes, indeed, that's why YRC's out of it. Oh, back throw to send this to a final round.
Don't 5K, don't do it. Oh, good, jumps away this time. Nice evasion.
The hat is holding on for dear life. We'll see how that affects the game.
It's falling off his head. It's gotta be a distraction.
Yeah, y'all can't see it at home, but it's barely hanging on right now, though. He seems locked in. Oh, indeed. You can see the souls of the damned in the reflection of the katana.
Hat's back on.
Faust might be joining them shortly. Oh, hat is back on your right. Took the time for the cinematic.
Oh, gotta be careful here after the 100-ton. Nice block on the 6-8. That is all bomb!
I was gonna say, and Faust, he's gonna be done in by them. Oh my goodness, he actually survives. And Keem ended up eating one himself. Thought the match probably would have been over. Oh, and the wild assault on the scalpel. It looked like he reacted to it with the way he shot out of his chair. Definitely wanted to scout it and sniped it for the win. SonAceKeem moving on to loser semifinals.
Nagoriyuki.
Man.
Watching him deal with not only the struggle of the in-game, having to deal with Faust, having to deal with the items, and the hat falling up, bro. Listen, comedy genius. Level Up EXPO, bro. It's delivering. This is a good-ass tournament so far, man.
100%. Definitely been a great one here for the Strive. Again, over $1,000 in a pot. That's just courtesy of Level Up EXPO themselves. And we're going to continue this top 8 after a short break to thank the sponsors that make this expo happen. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Level Up EXPO. And welcome back for Guilty Gear Strive. We are continuing to break through on this top 8 a little bit at a time. Proxy and Rin on the call. Very excited to get to see what our next matches have to hold. It looks like we're headed up to winners finals now.
Yes, indeed. And literally right before we cut to the players, man, Chris was doing the classic GGST, like grab the bridge of the nose, head shake type. I don't know what happened over there in Street Fighter, but he doesn't seem too pleased about it. So I don't know if that spells good news for Kreeg or bad news, and Chris is about to take out their frustrations on them.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out. I mean, that's one of the scariest things that I think a lot of people won't even. Not a lot of people are good enough to get to experience the thing that he's going through right now. To be on the stage for top 16 on that side, and then to be in top 8 in another game, this is another type of mental stress. Because it's different playing 2 games at once, but being on stage, being on stream, being in the spotlight like that, back to back, this is a mental test for Chris coming up.
100%, man. It's wild just to think about how many times Chris has done it, right? Like, he's one of the few players that has really gotten used to that type of feeling. So I'm expecting him to be just fine once we get this match going. But you never know, right? He's definitely one of those players that wears his emotions on his sleeve. Yeah. It helps him more often than it hurts him. That's why you see him kind of channel it and be willing to do so. But nonetheless, it could definitely be taken advantage of in certain instances. We'll see if Kreeg could do just that, right? If they're going to be able to kind of frustrate Chris even a bit more coming off of whatever happened in Street Fighter. And hey, Happy Chaos is the character to do that, right? The character that can really prevent you from taking your turn in a situation where you can take your turn against everybody else.
Yeah, it gets incredibly frustrating here, but we'll see. Right off the rip, immediately has to go for the backdash there. JS, my beloved, continuing to do good work. But unfortunately, as soon as that crosshair finds its mark, the sickles are not looking quite as good in the zoning game.
Yeah, man. Sickles nullified. We're back to the full screen. Oh, and barely flipped the Happy Chaos going for the air. I don't know why I started that like Macho Man.
He said, ooh, yeah, barely, brother.
I was like, where the hell did that come from? But, oh my goodness, right now, Chris, though, exclamation point, help, please, with this guard crank. Didn't need to RC because the full guard crank counter hit launches him up and kills him off. Yeah, you had no chance of surviving that.
Getting small reloads within there and using the double wild assault to make sure the focus came back was masterclass there from Kreeg. Again, it's unfortunate that we're having these opportunities in these situations where we're running out of our resources here, but the way that we're fixing it is incredible. As we get that double tap dust, might as well run it back.
Yeah, like they stretch themselves so thin with the resources, right? But they're so good at making up for it and doing whatever they need to make sure those resources return in a favorable scenario.
Boy. Once that finds the mark, that was really the most dominant normal that we saw from Chris all last set. We're going to get that super focus.
Shots all day, every day. You can zone from full screen when you got the super focus on, because the meter just keeps coming back, even with the significant amount it drains from the full screen gunshots. Well done from Kreeg, already out.
Let's rock.
About to start. It's super aggressive there. Gunshot didn't quite find the mark, but it's okay. We still get the throw.
Yeah, a little heavy, just ended up going with a throw. Sneaks in the dust, too far for the 5K link, it looked like.
Okay. Yeah, I actually like the burst there, especially because you're able to take aim, throw out the curse ball. Things looking very good now.
Ooh, and again, just a little bit of reload. No bullets right now, but Chris, I don't know if he didn't recognize it or just didn't want to take his turn. That's giving Kreeg an opportunity once again to apply some pressure, but did recognize it this time, right? No bullets, I can challenge. You can't just send out a bullet to make sure I have to stop my pressure. But Chris, though, couldn't make a lot happen, right? Kreeg, this is what we talked about. They've been so good at navigating even on low resources.
Little reload, one bullet left in the chamber, and that's all you're gonna need. It only takes one to be able to get the quick interrupt.
Indeed, right, and that's why kind of toying with Chris's expectations a little bit and making Chris dedicate a lot of brain space to recognizing how many bullets Kreeg has left, right? They spent so much time without any that I think Chris felt a little bit comfortable taking his turn right there, and Kreeg had that one in the chamber, as you said.
Oh, Reticle finally finds the mark. PRC forward. Try to be the one to apply the pressure here. Focus runs out again, though. Mismanagement of the resources here, but tries to go for the mix and gets cornered now.
Once again, air thrown up. The dust is there with the bullet connection. Kreeg is starting to run away with this one, fam. 2-0 in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, and this is, again, always has been a difficult matchup for Axel here. A lot of the times, you can't get your normal game plan set up. It's hard to establish Brenton. It's hard to be in the air too often, especially if you get cursed. Things just really do not come up your way, especially with the burst bait there. No punish, but the pressure continues.
Reload, wall slump, ski mask on. We don't need to get the mask off. You know who it is. It's Happy Chaos all day, every day. Reload the bullets with the Ex Machina. Give me them plus frames on the other side. Kreeg right now. Looks like they cannot be stopped. Oh, the cross of it looked like it did not connect the way they wanted it to. They give Chris one opportunity, but the BRC still recognized. I don't know if they wanted that or the YRC, but recognized in the moment that it slowed down Chris enough to throw the normal.
Yeah, things are going from bad to worse here. Finally going to the roll here. Gets that extra little bit of focus back up, and now continuing the pressure.
And now, once again here, Kreeg looking to find the corner and then reacts to the burst with the RC. My goodness, Kreeg. Really, just a dominating performance here. Putting the bullets on again and full screen with it. I thought they were going to be able to connect to the kill, but not just yet. Chris, you can see holding the FD for dear life because he knew that he couldn't take much chip, if any. And right there, right then, Kreeg wraps up winners finals 3-0. Clinical fashion to take their spot in grand finals winner side.
Yeah, unfortunately on the dash up there just gets tapped on the top of the head. You hate to see it there, but Kreeg continuing to impress. They're going to be, not surprisingly to me, because watching Kreeg play online again, one of the most consistent high-level Happy Chaos players that we do get to see in the North American online brackets here. So
if iDom does want to accomplish that revenge, he's gonna have to go through Keem, he's gonna have to go through GGST, and then he'll eventually get to that grand final spot.
Absolutely, but first off, listen, eyes on the prize. SonAceKeem going to be the first one up. It is going to be that Nagoriyuki once again, as we pointed out before, a very command grab aggressive style. Definitely likes to lean onto the gas here. Doesn't play very much of that long range footsies once the blood is built up. A lot of the times has been willing to pop to be able to close the distance, even in situations where he'll get punished. It's in his mind, it seems like it's worth it to get back to the CQC, even if it costs 75% of the life.
Yeah, 100% right. He's just willing to bet it all, and we've seen, he doesn't really ever get shook when he pops, right? Nope. It's just according to plan, it's cool, I can lose a bunch of life, I can go down to a pixel, and he's like, as long as I get a chance to put that mask back on, we're gonna do it all over again. Because it's only for so long can you actually block effectively against Nagoriyuki, right? Sooner or later, he's either going to sneak in a BSU, as we've seen time and time again, or in general, he's just going to end up clipping you with a Beyblade low, a Shizu overhead second hit. One of these things is going to end up catching you.
That, and he just does a lot of chip with his normals, man.
Yeah,
as the blood
that's true
racks
too.
Up.
Yeah, honestly.
You are on a timer at all times here, but BSU gets avoided. Burst to keep the momentum, though. It's going to be SonAceKeem getting the burst out of iDom, and maybe getting the finish here. This is going to be a single guess left for iDom here after the wall break.
Legitimately, both bursts already off the table. As you mentioned, Keem immediately used his once iDom hit a clean backdash. iDom responding in kind, but nonetheless, Keem still able to close out the round, find all the damage, really just smother iDom again. We talk about players going from game to game in the middle of a tournament, right? It might take a round or two to really get back into the zone of the current game you're playing right now. It's high-paced action on Strive.
GGST does find the mark on that one, has time to dash up. Clean state finally applied here, but off to the full screen. Ah, but the Beyblade gets the jump scare.
Just clipped at a distance. That's what we talked about, though. Keem's gonna have a tough time conditioning iDom to sit there and block. Oh, speaking of which, though, he finds it there. Oh, tried the 6P. iDom was looking to call something out. Instead, Keem showing some patience with punish it with a 2S and took the round.
Duel 1.
Yeah, keeping it aggressive. Love to see us be able to close this out that quickly. Wild Assault right off the rip to try and ignore the projectile here. Close Slash catches the backdash, and again, iDom is forced to burst very early.
Legitimately, and again, his burst didn't really get him out of the corner, right? It's exactly what we saw in the round previous. Oh, and the BSU connects this time, doing such a good job off the light string.
Still not enough, but the blood, there's plenty more to spend here. And we're able to find the one touch into the Beyblade. We are running through these rounds in a hurry. Keem got somewhere to be, I guess.
Apparently. Trying to send iDom back to Street Fighter. He's trying to make sure these tournaments get out of here on time. Once again here, knocked down in the corner, no wall splat, but iDom recognizing that was not a real setup. He jabs out the jump in. Now we're back to the full screen, but you can see just deleting those full screen projectiles with the clone, able to get back in, sneaks into BSU, and we're not gonna pop. That means the corner control is there. Again, the aggressive burst to maintain that corner control. Try to give iDom a chance. What an air throw tech. Beyblade still chases him down, and the patience from iDom doesn't make the burst successful.
Opportunity here, especially with the blood where it's at. Gotta be careful about the 5H's and the potential for a Beyblade here. We do have enough blood to send one more, but for now, it's on the defensive side here for Keem, and unfortunately, that will be the end of the round for them.
Took a bite out of multiple overheads right there. The second one connected, catching Keem off guard. And iDom here, it was close. The Keem running away with a 2-0 lead. Now starting to settle in a bit. Get his C legs, get his Strive legs.
Oh, White Wild Assault once again finding the marks here. No anti-air, but it doesn't matter with a close slash like that.
Yeah, for real. It always reminds me of Elphelt from Excerpt. The champagne bottle, like I just say in sword form, really. Oh my goodness, that last blood popped normal. Took iDom's health damn near all the way away. Now we're at it. iDom showing off the magic in that pixel right now. He gets the counter on the dust, and he's gonna close it out to tie up the set from the brink of defeat.
That's just like you said, took 3 rounds here, but we're looking a little bit more ourselves in this one now. Off the round start, like that backdash there. Not leaning into the fireball too often here. I feel like that's been the opportunities that Keem's been able to get in, being able to use that clone, being able to Fukio behind it. Those have been the opportunities.
100%, and iDom sticking by him right there, landing quick and in range of a throw, took advantage of it. Look at this Keem, we're trying to fight back here. See, willing to be so blunt and heavy. My goodness, iDom, your life bar, what happened, bro?
Oh, too far for the 6P as well. White Wild Assault trying to send it very aggressively here. Finally, the poke finds the mark.
Oh, and a beautiful backdash right there yet again. The air backdash, avoiding the Beyblade and punishing it outright. Blood pop, waited for it. It took full advantage of it. iDom definitely looking comfortable now.
Oh, once again, the double-edged sword here is just not quite being able to get the advantage we need off of it, but with a Shizu start like that, damage racking up, avoids the 6P and tries to get aggressive, but the teleport is perfection.
Oh, man. Oh, the Beyblade again. And, bro, your life, it just completely disappears so quickly up against the Nagoriyuki.
Oh. No gas coming up. BRC got the slowdown, and that's all she wrote.
It's like that interdimensional cable episode from Rick and Morty, where it's like the quick murder mysteries, you know, when they just keep flashing the people getting murdered. That's how it feels fighting against Nagoriyuki.
That's the best episode.
Yeah.
Oh, first to make some room, trying to send the Beyblade too far, but the bar slash is just far enough.
Yes, indeed, and now iDom be able to set up shop again. Oh, teleports behind. It looked like he caught Keem 2H'ing, trying to knock him out of the air. That's exactly what he baited him into. Now iDom taking full advantage. plus frame damage. Everything that you can want, positive bonus on top of it. Oh my goodness, it's still traded though. That's decent for iDom, honestly. Oh, but that's not. Oh, throw OTG, excuse me, not OTG, RC for the kill. My goodness, bruh. Keem now. Still taking a 2-1 lead after it looked like iDom was about to be the one that take the advantage.
Right away, 6P off the start, sends the clone, gets the hit. Unfortunately, drops the combo here, but still, we've made it to the corner. Mission accomplished, and we get the burst out of him again. Like I've seen this movie before.
For real. iDom continuing to have to use his burst so early in rounds because Keem has won the gambits at start time and time again. Beautiful from iDom right there. 2K letting the Stain do the heavy lifting and just dashing up and blocking in case the burst was there. That's exactly what came out. Big opportunity once again here. Keem, he's got some resources, but fakes the overhead and goes low instead. iDom living in the head.
Yeah, the legs get checked in the worst way here. Too far on the far slash. Fukio's pass unfortunately ships in the night. You can't afford to have moments like that come through. That's so much blood spent for no payoff.
Oh, man. Hey, yeah, that little delay from using that air normal from Nagoriyuki actually threw up the timing of iDom's anti-air. You saw the 5D came out, but just got thrown. And now Keem here trying to tie this up, and if he does, he's going to put himself on set point. And the dust is there. 1 round away. SonAceKeem on the verge of eliminating iDom from Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh, and this is the messy situation that could come up here. Gets the juggle with the close slash just in time, and there's the break. A little bit of blood going to come back here in the positive bonus to rack up, but we're right in with the wild assault.
Oh, and the Shizu. He's not going to pop. He's going to go into the super in time. Keem able to defeat iDom with the Nagoriyuki. Makes it in the losers finals and continues this samurai run.
Pops up too. You love to see the energy here. Amazing stuff. Guaranteed on the podium now. A top 3 finish locked in for Keem on this Nagoriyuki.
Yes, indeed. And now all of the TO's favorite player, Keem, because iDom no longer in 2 tournaments, only in 1. And it looks like our other player that was in 2 tournaments has already made his way to the stage as well. So it looks like we're going to get out of here on time today when it comes to the Level Expo, Guilty Gear Strive, and Street Fighter 6 tournaments. But yeah, amazing showing from iDom. But Keem, man, we talked about it. We thought it was going to be tough going in, and it was, but he was able to be ready for the battle. He was up for it.
I went over to the other stage for production, was talking to them, and they were like, yeah, we need him in 1 match after this one, so y'all somebody gotta beat him.
Yeah,
somebody
there you go, yeah. It was legitimately like either iDom wins and Street Fighter 6 gets held up for like 45 minutes,
yes,
or Keem wins and we all get out of here on time.
Hey, but Keem, again, not only the hero of the story here for the TOs, but the hero of the story just for the locals. Fighting it out right now, continuing to do great things, but ChrisG, a tough customer here on the Axel.
Yeah, you know, you talked about Keem being one of the locals. I know his name says NYChrisG, but if you're not too familiar with him or the fighting game scene, he lives in Las Vegas as well. Like,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, ChrisG definitely cut his teeth, grew up in New York and in the New York fighting game scene. Really came to prominence and became one of the most legendary players we have in New York. But he did move to Las Vegas several years ago at this point, and has been one of the locals here. So I'm wondering if he's familiar with Keem himself and how this matchup is going to look as they duke it out.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough call either way. I had to point it out, though. Sometimes I forget that he's Vegas now.
Yeah, it's easy to forget. Like, it's very easy to forget. Like, we had a very long time with him in New York. Obviously, NY is still in his name. Then he went to Cali, and he spent several years in Cali, and then he went to Vegas. And it's very easy to miss that, like, Cali to Vegas transition.
Yeah.
Like, people don't really talk about it that much, and it's, like, right there. So a lot of the time, people don't really be mentioning it. But, yeah, man, he's one of the locals out here as well now.
Definitely looking good. This has been an interesting matchup throughout the life of the game. In the early stages of Guilty Gear Strive, I thought Axel did really well in this match. In like patch 1, very early.
Yes, yeah, like launch version type joint.
And then they buffed Clone and everything changed. The buff of Clone flipped this matchup harder than I've ever seen one move changing flip the matchup.
Yeah.
The Clone change blew this match out of proportion on the patch that had happened here. We'll have to see how it's stabilized now. Obviously, Axel and Nagoriyuki both extremely different since then.
Yeah, precisely right. So let's see how it all ends up playing out now. And I mean, the clone has been huge for Keem, right? That's something that really led to his victory up against Testament, able to get rid of all the obstacles on the screen because that clone has the highest priority. It just flows through everything.
Jumping works out well. Pokes him out. The commando was coming, but he matches. That's one thing you always have to remember about Axel. It's one of the most important aspects of his command throw is that the farther backwards you are, the quicker it is. So when you're in CQC, they're just going to mash.
Yeah, exactly. And great recognition from Keem right there. Not getting clipped by an early knowledge check, speaking of which Chris also tried to jump out of a command grab, but I had the RC to cover mine. Keem, once again, picking up right where he left off.
Oh, and round start. Yeah, can't go for something too committal there. Far slash going to work out every time in that situation.
Indeed. Setting the change out again, just a 2H, it actually clips. Chris is on the way in right here, and Keem, he needed those big normals because he's on the verge of popping his blood, right? It's starting to drain a little bit now, but it's gonna be tough to spin any gambit like a clone or a Beyblade to get in. He'll drain some more with the far S sequence as well. Now he'll have a chance to do so.
Oh,
or will he?
Was a bit wide. No, and the connection leads to the bomber. Of course it does. GGST evens the rounds.
Chris, yeah, just messing with his mind a little bit right there. Definitely caught Keem off guard. Once again, this is where Chris wants to be. Never mind. He was exactly in his ideal spot right before that dash Beyblade. Now we're in the corner. Keem keeping him locked down. Not getting too thirsty for the BSUs, but Chris with a beautiful counter poke.
Yeah, being able to knock him out of the white wild and solid really big there. 2K2D swings on pass. Not quite enough to kill, I don't think.
Tornado again. Oh no, he ended up running into it. Not sure what happened with that one, but just outside the range to actually make Nago block. Then he kind of walked into it. We saw a counter hit, so he did something. Chris striking first.
Oh, damn. It's not quite what it once was, but it's still pretty good. Wild Assault right off the rip gets the full burst off of GGST, and there we go. There's the clone.
Yeah, exactly what you highlighted to begin the set, right? Just blowing through the Renson, blowing through any single attempts. Oh my goodness, this is what we talked about, the quick murder mysteries. Ain't nothing mysterious about it. Nagoriyuki, the culprit every time.
Yeah.
Chris, you guys can't see it, but can do nothing but laugh on that one.
I was gonna say, not much of a mystery, a little bit of a murder though.
Yeah.
2-8's working well. Renson still available, and yeah, you can bait the clone in moments like that too. I like that. Goes for the Renson, no follow-up, jumps back, avoids most danger.
Indeed. And now it's in. Oh, the wild assault afterwards. Once he knew that Chris was gonna try to take his turn at the end of the string. My lord, the two-piece.
Oh no, this is scary. Continuing to add up. Chipp, your life bar!
That two-piece really caught inflation with it, huh? They were like, we know the prices of KSC going up. We got you.
Oh, what a call out, 2H! To be able to stop the attempt at the jump back.
Damn, the screen freeze on a 2H fadeaway, that was gnarly. Oh, and then Keem just dashing in. Fukio with the close S after. We ain't never scared. Close S, or excuse me, Fukio cloned that time as well, catcher Chris. What in the world was that clash?
Oh, Fukio off the clash too. Went for the empty jump, BSU. Nah, we're ready for that.
Cold burst as well, so GGST getting that positive bonus coming back to him now. Build up a decent amount of meter in that time and interrupts the Nagoriyuki. Tough though, yeah, you can see now reacting to the Fukio. He's a bit scared. Know that the Beyblade can come at the end of that.
I love holding on to the burst though. Even there, you know you still got a couple more guesses left over. 2H finds the mark again!
The 2H's from Keem right now. Whether it be ground or air connecting. He's got the perfect range for the ground one.
Oh, things a bit messy here at the full screen though. Plenty of blood to work with. 2P check, beautiful.
Yeah, Chris. Oh no, as soon as he gets opened up one time, it's all evened up. That's why throws that into the corner once again. Get all that real estate to work with. Make him come to you, and yeah, he spent something, so he's approaching the max out and is gonna spend it now. The burst actually connects with Chris a little bit, but he still closes out the round.
Yeah, because of the spacing there where he landed, Axel obviously pushing him away is not enough to be able to stop him from punishing. Uh-oh.
The aggressive burst from Keem, we've seen that time and time again. Usually met by his opponent bursting as well, but usually never getting out of the corner effectively either. Trying to walk up on Chris and hit him with the hezzy, but the discipline. 5H is there regardless.
Ah, I love that though. Pulls it out of the hat, gets out of the corner here, sets up for the tornado for the mix now. Looks for the throw, but the jump back is massive.
Yeah, Chris had no RC to cover his whiff throw in that instance. That means Keem with a guaranteed punish as soon as he made that correct decision. Can he go back-to-back, defeating iDom and GGST?
Oh my God, 2D as the starter, gets the close slash, gets the knockdown.
Oh, the stab, the rising normal right there. That is definitely a long-time Nagoriyuki player. Keem gotta be playing him since launch to use that.
Oh, Keem with the answer there. Still in a very dangerous situation here. Burst, not even close, no deflect shield, no nothing.
Man, that Beyblade, that was so well spaced, honestly. The 5H again, just striking so much life away, even there, and the wild assault.
This is leaving us down to what could be the final round now. Fukio's forward straight away. I love the aggressive play here. Gonna be able to get all the damage, all the positive bonus, everything coming up, Keem.
I'm loving the way Keem's been using the wild assault, man. Really catching on to win his opponents, like the press back at the end of these strings. Just blowing through it. A lot of the time it's just to win the round as well. He doesn't try to get too much damage off of it.
Oh, but now needs to find one of those round-winning decisions here. JP, good horizontal answer. Too far for the RC, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he like tried to 6P after or what, but either way, I got stuffed, and now he's working with 50 tension instead, and he connects with it. And oh my goodness, the OTG damage! Chris not even getting the chance to burst. Oh man. You see, he waited a second to see if Chris would immediately burst. Chris didn't. He had to like thread the needle on the timing to actually burst the 6H mid-animation. And that's a tough timing to thread, honestly. So Keem, just that OTG damage, I couldn't believe it. Taking away the rest of Chris's life.
Yeah, and that was the most important thing. As you said, waiting out the burst. In a moment like that, having patience is such a virtue there. Even if they do burst in the later moments, you're still able to get the punish. Having the wherewithal, being on the edge, one decision away from grand finals to still be able to do the math, do the calculations, and run through the simulation.
Yeah.
Perfection from Keem. I'm so pleased we've gotten to see this play from them, but unfortunately now for them, they have to deal with the final boss in Kreeg.
Yeah, 100%. And before we get on to the Kreeg versus, why am I blanking? Kreeg versus Keem grand finals, I just wanted to talk about how I think like GGST being a multi-game specialist, those are the moments where it hurts you, right?
Yeah.
Where you gotta know the timing to where you have to burst the person's OTG hit, like the back of your hand. That's an extremely difficult timing to get used to.
Yeah.
And it's not something that's super visually confirmable. You kind of just have to know the timing well, right? And that's something very easy to miss and not something you're gonna consistently get unless this is your main game, honestly. Like, it's very hard to kind of split time between games and have that timing ready when you need it in a tournament moment like this. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that before we move on. But of course, this is going to be grand finals now, as you mentioned. Kreeg, who has been on a massive run themselves all the way through winner's side, had a great showing in winner's finals over GGST. SonAceKeem has gone through the gauntlet of losers to meet them here. It's going to be a banger grand finals.
Keem has that momentum too. That snowball is rolling, and what better character to have a rolling snowball than Nagoriyuki? A lot of momentum built up already. Grand finals begins here, and a 2S finds the mark immediately. This is how it feels like every single one of Keem's matches starts like this.
Yeah, like we are just in this corner consistently, bro. You work for me now. I'm Wayne Brady. Oh, right there. Once again, put him in the corner. Oh, yeah, did manage to low profile the 2H with a 2K. Kreeg duck into the big sword, and now let the guns ring out.
Oh, and did just get close up to the corner there, so after the reload, looking good.
I honestly wasn't aware if it was going to break the wall or not. Oh, counter hit. Oh, that would have been big damage. I honestly think that could have been the rest of Keem's first life bar.
Check up to the back dash. Taps the dust on him, and I love the RC backwards. A little bit extra room just because.
Nasty stuff right there. Kreeg post throw tech, that 2S is potent for Happy Chaos. Again here, oh, Beyblade blocked at the last moment as well, tried to throw.
Had the right idea trying to anti-air the jump there, trying to meet him horizontally, but unfortunately does not work out. Pull him out once again.
Once again, brother, Happy Chaos covering every angle, keeping that pressure up, cranking the guard bar, but the focus is gone now, and that's why Keep tried to press something, but Kreeg had a game plan for that as well. Beautiful trade conversion. Yeah, Kreeg is pretty sick at Happy Chaos once they've like let their resources go.
Yes.
Like very Noah-esque, like Noah Luke-esque, honestly.
Actually, legitimately.
Yeah, like it's very sick to see.
And that's the other thing too, is specifically the use of Wild Assault is actually a masterclass there, but we get the roll, reposition. Blood is in a terrible spot now for Keem here.
Yeah, there you go. Just as you mentioned, right? I'm out of focus. I'm going to keep the Wild Assault on to make sure this pressure gets extended even without bullets. Really, really smart. If you can't force Kreeg's burst out early, like they're definitely going to use that strat effectively. And then look at how much it's been paying off, connected with all the bullets right there. My goodness, bro, dead eye with the aim.
Yeah, perfect timing for it too. A full reload here. 6 left in the chamber. Goes to the jump in, taps the dust. That's gonna send it. Kreeg is halfway there.
This is wild. Like, Kreeg is definitely looking unstoppable right now. However, Team will do that exact thing, but a beautiful timing on that burst as well. Again, those are the little things that the expert, dedicated players know about right there. The perfect timing on when to burst on that far S block string to make sure Nagoriyuki ends up in the corner. Well done.
Resources looking okay here for Keep. That was a... you hear the IMAX noise of the gun coming out, and you just want to react.
Oh, and you immediately got stuck on the wall, locking out the burst. So Keem, wall break is there. That's positive bonus for Kreeg. BRC, either way, that works out right. Either YRC comes out and you're blown back from it, or the BRC comes out and you're slowed down for the throw. Easy stuff. Kreeg right now, up 2-0 just like that.
Might just be able to close the tournament here. Keem has been a hell of a run through the losers bracket. I want to see some action. Keem, bring this back. I got no horse in the race as far as the winner here, but I would love to get to see some more games.
100%, man. Now I want to see his grand finals go to distance. Right now, though, Kreeg now looking to let that happen there once again, sending Keem through the wall with positive bonus and plus frames.
Dash up. Low, pulls the gun, continuing to apply pressure in the right ways here. Even as the focus runs out, it doesn't matter.
Oh my God, toe tapping combos? I've never seen that one before. Happy Chaos with a perfect on the board. Kreeg on tournament point.
That combo was bullet. That was no bullet. That was straight hand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was like, what? I was like, how you can juggle for this long without bullets? I ain't know.
Pull it out one more time. Some tap dust here soon, potentially. No bullets left in the chamber, but it's not going to matter. We RC forward and get one back in there.
Oh, my lordy lord, Brian. Again, reloaded once they get a chance to. Keem back against the wall here. Kreeg on the verge of taking the tournament. Not just yet, one more bullet. The walk down. Oh, my goodness. And the deflection comes out to get thrown. Kreeg, what a way to end the tournament.
Oh, if there was ever a way to ore your way out of it, that is it. The walk down into the throw. Incredible play. Kreeg, unbelievably well-deserved victory here for Level Up Expo 2025.
Right now, time at the award ceremony. Give it up for your Guilty Gear competitors! Time to run down this top spot list. Let's start off with Edgelord 44. And tying in at 7th, my guy, the fastest one in the business, Sloth. Come on now. Making me a little hungry here. Frijoles, Guapo. Not today. Next up at 5th, Caliber. Oh, we know this guy. Man of many games, iDom! Haven't you been up here enough? Because it's ChrisG! At second with a sick run, SonAceKeem! And your champion, a level up Guilty Gear Strive 2025, it's Kreeg! One more applause for these great competitors, including Kreeg, taking the championship.